The Queen is so close to achieving success. Within days of the battle, her young, fertile offspring have begun to spin their caps. But at this triumphant moment, something is wrong. Her own fertility has failed, and she no longer produces the pheromones which have kept her aggressive warriors subjugated. Her workers sense her impotence. Her faithful warriors, her very own daughters, rise up against her. She is killed. In this power vacuum, the nest descends into anarchy. The workers turn on their own larvae and fight amongst themselves. The nest floor is covered with the death and decay of a fallen empire. But the dead queen's life has not been in vain. From the ruins of the empire, new lives emerge. First males, and then new queens, burst forth from their cells. And a different kind of battle begins. Males fight for the right to mate. The queens will only mate once before escaping, and everyone that does carries the old queen's bloodline. Like her, they will have many challenges to overcome, but their mother was strong, so they will have a fighting chance.
Queen bee. That's me.
Yo, I be buying beats, so all my girls be eyeing scenes. Coming backstage, dying to get pleased. You got me, I rock the Versace and linen. While you spot and grinning with a bunch of foxy women. While you speedball with cars, that's the valley. I get clothes custom made from a stylist. Cruise in my Lexus land with no malice. While you walk the street until your feet get callous. Take you on the natural high, like a pallet. It be all good, toss your clothes like a salad. When it's all over, put your vote in my ballot. This my diner, I'm Melon, you're Alice. Spend the night in Little C's Palace. It be all good as long as you don't act childish. While you standing there with the crisp in your cup, and worst come to worst, keep this on the hush.
I know you see me on the video. I know you heard me on the radio. But you still don't pay me no attention. Listening to what your girlfriends mention. He's a slut, he's a hoe, he's a freak. Got a different girl every day of the week. It's cool, not trying to put a rush on you. I had to let you know that I got a crush on you.
Hey yo, shorty, won't you go get a bag of the lethal? I'll be undressed in the bra all see-through. While you count your dues, thinking I'ma cheat you. The only one thing I wanna do is freak you. Keep your stone set, but I'm on baguettes. And I'll be doing things that you won't regret. Little Kim the queen bee, so you best take heed. Shall I proceed? Yes, indeed. I'ma throw shade if I can't get paid. Blow you up to your girl like the army grenade. You can slide on my ice like the escapade. And then you get your yaya with the marmalade. Who me? Not you. Oh yes, who's he? I even dig your man's style, but I love your profile. Whisper in your ear and get you all shook up, but don't blush. Just keep this on the hush.
I know you see me on the video. I know you heard me on the radio. But you still don't pay me no attention. Listening to what your girlfriends mention. He's a slut, he's a hoe, he's a freak. Got a different girl every day of the week. It's cool, not trying to put a rush on you. I had to let you know that I got a crush on you.
Why you trying to kiss sea breeze? I'm in the PVs, on chrome Z3s, decked out TVs, CDs with crazy bass. Keep my lady lace. Don't be fooled by the baby face. I hope you're not, cause your thighs got me hot. Only one plan, that's to rise to the top. I told you before when I first pursued, I want to interlude in the nude.
You know I love the way you feel us. Sip my tequila. From the dealer, 4-inch chinchilla. Heat up the cut, 750 deluxe. Then we speed down the hutch, breaking trees in the dust. I'm not the one you sleep with, to eat quick. Want a cheap chick? Better go down a freak nick. You got to hit me off. Hottest girl gifts, of course. So I look slick in my six with my Christian drawers.
I know you see me on the video. I know you heard me on the radio. But you still don't pay me no attention. Listening to what your girlfriends mention. He's a slut, he's a hoe, he's a freak. Got a different girl every day of the week. It's cool, not trying to put a rush on you. I had to let you know that I got a crush on you. I know you see me on the video. I know you heard me on the radio. But you still don't pay me no attention. Listen.
How everybody doing? What's going on out there? We got Lady B in the building. Shout out to everybody that came over to hear this discussion. I know a lot of people was critical of the first of the sit down with Noni. I think Noni did a fantastic job. I was not prepared for the questions. I did not know what was going to be asked, but I think I have to put this disclaimer out. A lot of people that were hosts and broadcasters on Bigo had covered me for some time, but what they failed to understand is that there was a lot of common folk who had came in on the back end and they didn't know answers to some of those questions that Noni was asking. So I did expound a little bit more on the questions solely because a lot of people, I keep getting the same questions, and so to some broadcasters it seemed repetitive, and they were disinterested in it. But the total goal of what Noni was doing was to interview me and to focus on who I am. So the critique was very misunderstood, because a lot of people don't know about this, about me. They know about my brother. They don't know about me. But I think this person that's coming up represents a class of people who are more privy to the situation, and maybe can give a better line of questioning for some of the things that maybe other people who were advanced in this situation could, expound on as far as questioning. So this is one of the reasons why I picked Lady B. She was one of the people that was critical of the interview, and that's okay. Everybody has a right to their own opinion. I truly respect everybody's opinion. Lady B is a donator to Save Key 419. One of the big reasons why I brought her on my platform. So without further ado, Lady B, adding you to the stage. Can you hear me, Lady B?
I can hear you.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm great.
Okay.
We got a back. We have an echo.
Are you? No, I'm not echoing. I can hear you clear.
Okay. Okay. So great to meet you.
Same to you. I heard a lot. I seen a lot, but I never had a chance to really speak to you one-on-one.
Right.
I don't know if you was. TV Killer said you was blocked on my channel. I don't think you were.
Yeah, it's like whenever I go to comment, I'm always in the building, but for some reason the comments, you don't see my comments, or I don't know what be going on.
I don't know either. I went and
Yeah.
checked the chat to see if anybody was blocked. I didn't see your name.
So it is Lady B. I don't know if you know my name, Rakia Williams. So you got to look and see if they had blocked that. But yeah, I be in the chat a lot, even when you have Bible study.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Great to
Yeah,
hear.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So I know you
So
had some things that you wanted to talk to me about, and I think this is your opportunity to come out and speak. I was a little bit long-winded the last time, but I think I'd be a little bit more transparent and straight to the point. I felt like at the last sit down I had to explain a lot, and so that's the reason why I overdid it to some extent. So
no. So is there an echo? Because they're saying that there's some feedback. I'm not
I
sure if
don't
there's
hear
some
it.
feedback or not.
I don't hear any feedback on my
There's no
side.
feedback. So it's maybe because you're listening. Okay, yeah, it's just that phone. So okay. So first of all, I wanted to just say, listen, I enjoyed the interview. It was a bit long. But Noni and I spoke on it. But it wasn't a critique in such a manner to where I didn't think you was going to block me. So a lot of people, you sent me back the donation. So I wanted to first cover that first before
Okay.
we get into anything. So I know that you overheard me say some things about, it was prior to the video, prior to the interview. Could you please expound or explain to people why you sent the money back and you felt like you didn't want me to be a donator any longer? Because that has been a question on the app.
No, I didn't. I felt like some of the things that you said. I think there was a certain expectation for me to meet things that I didn't want to. I didn't feel I had to need to deal with at that time. Such as
Okay.
a lot of people were saying, "Well, you're not saying that you're not doing the things that we want you to do," and I saw I think you had Truth Teller on there, and you was talking, and I was like, well, okay, if she got a problem with anything, I called my wife. I told her, I said, I didn't expound on anything. I just said that if she feel, I didn't say that you couldn't be a donator anymore. I just said that if you feel compelled to believe that I should do more or I wasn't doing enough or whatever, you
Right.
send the money back. A lot of people don't know I sent money back to people too. So
Right.
I sent it back, but you donated again. So and I was receptive of it. I just want
Yeah.
people to make their own choice on what they want to do. I don't want it to be because of maybe you expect me to do something and I'm not doing what you expect me to do. And
Right.
so now, okay, well, if you feel that way, I don't need you to investigate and make more of a problem than what it is. I'm not gonna make it complicated. I'm here to, provide for Keith in the stead that people are not doing it over there. And so I didn't come here for that purpose. So if that's how you feel that I should do more, or I felt like you was saying that I should do more, I wasn't doing enough. So I just said, okay, we'll just send the money back. There's no need for
So let me just express what I was saying. So like everybody is like, we wanted to see, because I'm pushing hard for you. I'm really, really pushing hard for you. And I think at that very moment, just like now, people was a little bit frustrated, like, okay, is Kevin going to do Bigo, or is Kevin going to do Keith? So I think that you, at that point, we just wanted an update. So I think by the time that you saw me, that's what I was saying. It wasn't that you wasn't doing enough. I think that we all was just frustrated at a moment, I think, where we just really wanted to hear an update about Keith. And so I apologize if I offended you. So I wanted to start off by saying that. I know this is a lot. Beagle can be a lot. It's a lot of opinions. It's a lot of things that's going on. TV Killer is saying there's a bad echo. So how do we stop the echo? Do you have another phone, another device?
let me. I can mute myself while you talking. Let me see if you.
Okay. All right. So is there, okay, TV Killer, can you inbox me to let me know if there's a device going now? Is is that okay? Inbox me and tell me yes or no. Does it sound better? Hello?
They saying it's
TV
better in
Killer.
the comment section, so I'm a mute and then let you speak and then I'll speak. When
Okay.
when I
So
speak,
yeah.
you mute.
Okay, so that's better. Okay, so that's better because I had to turn the whole thing off. So I wanted to first start off the whole, our conversation with saying that I apologize if I offended you, because that wasn't my intention. Sometimes we have to do some things to shake the app up and kind of hear from the people. I think that you're on YouTube and I'm on Beagle, so we get to see the Beagle commentary versus yours. And I know you out here to do your thing for your brother, and I appreciate that. I think each of us who love and miss the essence of Pastor Patron, Pastor P, Keith O'Neill Jones can also say, if not you, then who else? You know what I'm saying? So, and our commentary sometimes may come off as harsh, but just know that it's content, and we're not. I can only speak for Rakia. I'm not trying to push you any further than what you can go. So, but with that being said, let's move forward. So, if there's anything you want to ask me, I'm here for it.
Can I say something real quick about
Go
that?
ahead.
I don't I don't want to feel like I'm pressured to do anything for the people. I didn't come out here but for the expectation to fulfill the need for my brother. Uh, Anybody that wanted to donate, they could donate, but I was given accountability, so I was letting people know what I was doing. My intentions was to pay the bills. If people wasn't paying the bills over there, my intentions was to make sure that his kids was provided for in the stead that they wasn't paying the bills because they wouldn't give me any bills. So I'm just doing what a brother wants to do. Everything transitioned into me moving to do other things after things got more and more complicated. So I think people were putting the expectation on me to fulfill the need, the requirements to get Keith, and they don't understand it. It's a process with all of that stuff. His daughter was initially the person that was supposed to. I was working with her to get Keith. It was not my desire to run over there and try to get Keith without doing it the legal way. So I think people were confused about that, and they was rushing to judgment when it came to me. They was rushing me into everything, and I just wanted to take my time to absorb everything and to figure out what was going on, so I can see what I can do about getting Keith. He had no POA, he had no guardianship, he had nothing, and I'm just hearing about the paperwork. I'm just hearing about all this stuff. So because I wasn't even talking to Aaliyah for some time until about around about December or something. So I think people misunderstood with that. They didn't see the back end of that story.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So and we see that. With that being said, now we're here almost a year later. And I think because from my stance, I'm on Bigo, so I kind and you're not here for Bigo. So that was one of the things that I wanted to just, highlight. We Bigo recap you. You don't come to Bigo and and you're doing us a service and you are doing us a favor by letting us know what's going on with this whole entire situation. So I want to thank you for that as well. But I know Bigo is a different beast. You know what I'm saying? And I think that I was trying to prevent you so bad, you know what I'm saying, from even having to deal with some of the commentary that's over here, because then it'll take you off a track, and sometimes it'll make people think that you're missing it or you're not focused. And I know that you are responding because people are what I know that sometimes content creators, we don't probably understand it the way you might say it. They might change your narrative. They might put words where you didn't say it. So you're going to spend more time focusing on what they're saying than what, I'm saying, is the matter at hand, which is, which is Keith. But again, like I said, if not you, then who? You know what I'm saying? Because this has definitely become now a two-sided thing. Unfortunately, everybody in essence is fighting for the same thing, and that is your brother. Everyone loves your brother. Everybody is really trying to find out. We getting information from one end, so it's now it seems like it's combative. So now it's became a you and a big old thing. So I want to know, like, how did we get here? You know what I'm saying? How did we get here, Kevin? How did we get here? How do we get here? You know what I mean? Go ahead, answer that. I'm gonna mute myself.
Well, it started to sidetrack and become a detour after it got personal. Okay, when things got personal, that's when I stepped in and started speaking against some of the things that was becoming personal. They started talking about misappropriated funds. They started talking about my wife. They started talking about the kids. They started talking about personal things. So those things became a distraction. And of course, this is something that's very near and dear to my heart. This is my family. This is not content. This is my family. This is a real life situation. This is my brother, a person I love, a person that I've invested in. A lot of people don't understand the dynamics of our relationship. Everything is centered in on just one event that happened in 2020, and I think that that did a disservice to this whole thing. And it could be my fault. It could be Keith's fault. Whoever fault it is, the fact remains that that video had a profound impact on people's knowledge of who I was. So I had to fight against the image that people had portrayed about me. And I think it's a natural occurrence where people are trying to straighten things out and clarify things and make sure that people understand that I'm here for a legitimate reason. So everything that I did was to do things in order to make sure that people know that I'm a trustworthy person. I'm a person that's here for his brother. Yes, we have had problems in our past. No, our family is not perfect, but I love my brother, and every intention, everything that I've done has been something that's been honorable and respectful to the person that I know as Keith Jones, not Pastor P.
Right. So, a couple of dilemmas, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like no one should be, telling you how to react on anything. You know what I'm saying? You're his blood brother. And I think people has lost focus on that. That is his mother and you're his born brother. So a lot of times I hear people saying that you shouldn't be doing stuff or you shouldn't be saying things and da 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 da. But I think uh you I think that okay, let me just tell you this, right? I think you being combative with a certain group of people makes it look a little bit different in the audience eyes, because that's what we're here for. We're here to give content to the audience. And I know that you in your right. I think a lot of people know that you're in your right. So how do we move forward and change the narrative, because we want to watch you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear what someone feels about you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where it's coming at, because no one knows any soundproof about what happened on that day, any day. No one knows about your relationship with your brother, you know what I'm saying? Which is something that, I wanted to know, like, what was it like growing up with, what I'm saying, with P, and seeing him in this light right now, and not being able to be that big brother that you were always able to do. And I remember one of your videos where you said you saved P from drowning. And I feel like this is another scenario where I feel like you want to be there and save him from drowning, and you have all of these things and all of these people in your way. And like, I feel like they done, put you in a prison, and they want you to say things that you just want to be a free spirit. And I think people should allow you to do that the way you do it. So I'm saying, like, how do we change this? How do we get past this? How do we get people to see Kevin for what Kevin is trying to do? I don't want people to dilute your true intentions to make it, look like this is money driven, or this is, I'm jealous of my brother driven. I don't want this to be a Bigo thing. Another thing, before I even overspeak or whatever, is something else that I wanted to say, that there's other people other than Bigo that view you. It's not 1,000 broadcasters that are viewing you. There is, a Bigo sector. There is people who love P, who is not necessarily on Bigo, who do watch you, so who do need this information, who does not watch Tommy K, who does not watch a Lady B, and so forth and so forth. So continue to do what you do, but I want to know, what is Kevin's, plan moving forward? Because I know you have one. So I'm gonna put myself on mute.
Well, my plan and my intentions moving forward is to make sure that the family secures a spot in the and helping in the recovery of Keith. We want to be involved in everything that's going on. There are complications that have made this thing difficult, and one of the biggest ones is my mom's involvement on Bigo. We don't like that. That's something. When I say we, all of us don't. I'm the figurehead because I'm speaking, but family members watch me as well as friends, close relatives from a distance. A lot of people, it's not just a Bigo thing. Bigo is just the more it's bigger because Keith's involvement on Bigo and the supporters. But there are other people that's equally concerned about Keith and equally concerned about the progress, about his progress. But and furthermore, their ability to be involved in what's going on, and the Bigo stuff has complicated that stuff. A lot of things that my mom is saying about me even when it came to me trying to get the information, she used the stuff about Bigo people calling up at the hospitals and harassing the staff, and it created a dilemma for the family, the people that was trying to go and get information, because now my mom is saying he's responsible for it. Him and his wife and his oldest daughter is responsible for all these people coming in that we didn't know. We didn't even know where Keith was. I didn't know because until his daughter informed us who the doctor was and where he was. So a lot of the things that's really standing as a wedge between this is my mom's involvement in Bigo, and the person that she's speaking with, who is putting out faulty information based off misinformation and things that the family don't even support. We all know Miss who you guys know as Miss Regina. Especially me and my brother, and nothing good has been said about that relationship in so many ways. I guarantee you heard more bad than you heard good, and it's only going to complicate the situation when something like this happens, and me and her is not seeing eye to eye. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so all right, so now we're here. So now, okay, so how do we let an outside source, Bigo, and people intervene in such a matter where it changed the family dynamic? Because this is something that is severe. This is something serious. This man is well loved, well known, not only in your family but around the world. How do we allow an outside resource, or excuse me, not resource, source, to come in and just change and shift the dynamics to the point where you and your mom cannot come to some type of resolve? To me, it's almost like these things are coming into play so you can't have a sit down. I think that you guys, meaning the whole family as a group, should come together and be able to say, let's not focus on Bigo. Let's not focus on these things. Let's just get the head and let's put our notes with your notes and let's just see where the problem is at. Because as long as we have a Bigo, we have an outlet for your mom, because it seems like she's been isolated from her family and she has no other person or people to go to, or to kind of like, what I'm saying, I guess, complain to, or, I don't know what, she has no other person to go to except this outside source. So how do we eliminate this? You know what I mean? So that way we can get to a positive place where Bigo and you guys can heal, because that's where we are wanting this to go right now. We at a healing phase, because apparently P, which we'll come on that. Apparently we haven't got a direct update, and for whatever reason, and I feel like that's kind of like despite like his supporters and his loved ones that are really really truly for him. So I just want you to kind of like expound on that real quick.
Bigo has a really big, profound effect on what's going on with the family. The family has had difficulties since its inception. Okay, there's a lot of trauma in this family. And me and my mom wasn't speaking prior to the accident. A lot of people think that I started the CPO process after the accident. No, the process was started in March 17th of 2023. We've had a strained relationship for a long time, and this thing with Keith that happened in June further complicated that. And there's a host of other things that I can go into, but it'll take a wealth of time, and I don't want to do that. The biggest thing is that the involvement of the people on Bigo, yes, it is a distraction. There has been harassment to personal family members. There's been things said about family members that stifles the support for the people that's given accountability. And one of the things was that when they first started the funding of Keith from this tragic accident, a lot of things wasn't taken care of. So a lot of things that's important to Keith, he's losing. I stepped out of the way just to allow them to do what they were doing, and then when I found out things wasn't being paid for, and he was getting support from Bigo, although I didn't want to get in the financial aspect of it because I knew it would furthermore complicate things, and it did. It became a dilemma, and not just solely because of Bigo, but the fact of the matter that Keith did not have the proper health care and plan of action in the stead that something would happen to him. Okay? Life insurance, things, the important financial things that could help offset some of it, and putting people in position that he trusted to execute proper judgment in the face of something traumatic like this happen. So there is an extreme burden put on the family members to support a man who did not have all of the money and the finances together when this incident happened. He has a lot of assets and a lot of liabilities equally. You found out about the taxes. You found out about the water. There was a lot of things that was complicated. And my whole goal was to stabilize things so we can get to the point to where we can speak. I stand with you and everyone else who said, we didn't want this to be a Bigo matter. That's how it started out. But it didn't end that way because I didn't know about the support that was coming from everybody. I didn't know the things that they were bringing in until I started the Save Key 419. So when I started Save Key 419 and I saw the money coming in, I said, well, damn, why ain't they able to take care of these things? And so I did everything that I could to stabilize the situation from what I saw. My vantage point is from not knowing Beagle, not knowing the support, and trying to handle family situations. And there was a lot of things that I was dealing with all at once. So the expectation for me to come in and do the things that I was doing, what it was heavy and weighty. I found out about the kids. I found out about their needs. There was a lot of things happening all at once. And this is something that happens when people don't prepare for events that is possible and can happen like this. So moving forward, yes, I do want the family to get together, to work together. But if my mom is involved to the point to where she's speaking to a Bigo host and putting out information about Keith, his whereabouts, his progression with health, I don't think she should be speaking to none of those people. I think she should speak to family members. She didn't do that. She spoke to them, to that person, and now it's all of this stuff all around, even about our relationship and all of this stuff. So I'm trying to silence the noise. The steps that I'm taking is to do exactly what you want me to do. You said, which is to focus on the family, getting these things together to support Keith, and giving people who are supporting, because you have to realize there are people who are supporting who want to know the status of Keith. I was the only person who came out and gave an update that was sufficient enough to calm the noise. Okay? So that's what my goal was, to come out here to update the people, to give accountability to what was going on. And as much as I know, I try to facilitate the people that in Save Key 419. I'm not speaking to everybody. I'm speaking to people who support Save Key 419 and giving them accountability to what is going on to the best of my ability. But all of us in the family is fighting for Keith. Not just y'all. Y'all fighting for updates, but so are a lot of us.
Okay.
We family members. So we're in the same dilemma.
Right. So, okay. So, all right. Thank you. Because I wanted to kind of like chime in on that. So, so now here we are. So now we're here with no updates, no real updates. Meaning, I don't think that she feels as though, you, us, the ones who support or the ones who love him, needs an update. So now you mentioned the children. When was the last time, or do you know how many times in total that they saw their father? And we don't have to get into that to the kids or whatever, but I'm just saying, so is the kids at least being able to see their father or to be a part of their father's journey in healing? Are they allowed? Um I don't necessarily agree with Miss Regina. I'm not in the family, so I can't really, give my, what I'm saying, my thoughts on it. But I believe that she should. I think that the people who love him should have a honest update. I was very disappointed that she did not give at least a video visual of Peace saying, "Listen, I'm not good, but I'm hanging in there, and I thank you for all the love and support." I think we were kind of cheated out of that moment, out of that memory, out of that time, since we have been here for honestly 1 year. I think that's selfish on her behalf. So what is the plan of action that you guys are taking? Because I think today is about plan of action and how we moving forward. Real brief, can you give me something like, there was a rumor stated that, that Keith was back in the hospital with a trach. He wasn't doing so well. I mean, you're not honestly seeing him visually yourself, so we have to take again another third party, what I'm saying, on his updates. What do you know about him being in the hospital, or is he? If can we put those rumors to dead to dead right now? Can we do that? I'm gonna put myself on mute while you answer.
I don't like to speak on unconfirmed things. When I speak on two credible sources. So I did state that it was said to me um, that there was some things going on as far as rehabilitation, and he wasn't with my mom. I can't confirm it because it's not two sources, but it was something that was said. Now, as to the question of moving forward, what can we do? Well, it was a loaded question. You asked about the kids. The kids, from my knowledge, the last time that I spoke to them, including the time when Gabby went over there, that was the third time since his accident, to my knowledge, except for the times that they went back and forth to the hospital. After July, sometimes they lost connection with Keith, and they hadn't spoke with Keith. I don't know what Pastor P81 is doing, but I think that we need to put some pressure on them because they're supporting this nonsense that's going on over there. If you're not getting updates from Pastor P81, that has nothing to do with what we're doing over here in Save Key 419. That's something that you have to talk about with the people that's donating over there with Pastor P81, because I think they should have a level of accountability for the dollars that they are sending in. Why are we questioning how much money is being sent in? Why aren't they questioning what's going on if they're sending in the money? I don't think that that's something that I can respond to. That's something that they have to be accountable to. My mom is not speaking to me. She's speaking to other people, but she's not speaking to me. So I don't take no stock in that. The only thing that I can say is everything that I come out and say, I can confirm that I saw firsthand, or a family member I confirmed through two sources any information that I put out. And most of the things that I said has been 100% in spot, on spot, in line with the truth. And it
But
comes
Kevin,
out later on.
but okay, okay, so you know that you stated in the video that he was in that he wasn't in Miss Regina's care, so I think that's where the I'm so sorry if I feel like, do you feel like I'm questioning you too much? I have too many questions at one time.
No, you can ask whatever you want to ask.
Okay, all right,
I just
thank you.
said that I can't confirm the statement. It was something that was brought to me. I'm
Okay,
pretty sure you get information that may cross your desk, and you may say something about it that you heard it, but I can't. I'm saying that I can't confirm it because I don't have
right.
another source. That's all.
Yep. And that's all I wanted to say, because I know that was one of the questions that they wanted me to ask you was about that scenario. Okay, so we were on the children. How was your relationship back with with Aaliyah and with Gabby, considering when you took your vacation, you guys was kind of like, having, a little, uncle and niece kind of quarrel or whatever. Did it get better? Has it gotten better? Have you been in contact with them? Or you can say, I don't want to respond. You can say that. Okay, I'm going to put myself on mute.
I'm going to respond because I think it's necessary for me to. I haven't spoken to Aaliyah since I met her out to meet out there for to go and get Keith. She had decided that she wanted to go out there and try to go to Miss Regina house for some reason. I think it was prompted by one of the Bigo hosts for her to go out there and try to exert her authority in whatever manner that, even though I didn't agree with it. I went out there and it wasn't about her. I don't make it about the kids. They're kids. I think Aaliyah really wants to do something to help her dad, and it doesn't matter what kind of problems that I have with the kids. They just kids. I think they're ill-informed on certain things. They're going back on things that they said Aaliyah critiqued me on, and although I wasn't happy about their involvement on Bigo, because I want to be able to be there to protect them, I can't control them. They have a mother, and they do what they want to do. I can't control. They're not my kids. As far as my relationship with them, in short, I haven't spoken to Aaliyah since she went out to try to get Keith. I've texted her. She haven't texted me back. Gabby, I think she sent me a message the other day. But at this point, I'm just focused on trying to get Keith and do what I can to help Keith. And that's why I stopped the Save Key 419 fund, because I didn't want the constraints of having to fulfill obligations to other people, and to answer to the people that's donating uh, because I felt like the other side came out and they asked for the cash apps. I provided those cash apps, and they said that they were going to send support for them. So I stopped doing what I was doing. I felt it wasn't being appreciated. So I did the best that I can do. I opened up my doors. I sent money out of my own pocket. I did what I could do. And another thing I want to say about that is that if a lot of things that they were doing, if they were my daughters, I would have been not dealing with that situation, because I don't give my kids like that. They earn everything they get, and when you disrespect somebody that's helping you, I take that very, very serious. And if I don't support my kids doing that, I won't support as an uncle other kids that I'm trying to help out do that to me and come out here and say some of the things that they said. I did not appreciate that, and now I'm just focused on Keith, and whatever happens, it just happens. If I can help in any way, I'll try. I speak to their mothers, but other than that, I did what I could, and that's enough. That's how I feel. The relationship is the same, because Keith had many different kids from many women, and that's a complicated situation in and of itself. So I don't see them all the time. If I reach out to try to help them and they don't want to receive my help, I can't force them.
Right. So, with them being kids, and I know that they probably are misinformed about a lot of information. I think this is where patience kind of kick in at, and I know it could be overwhelming because you are a husband and you are the head of your household and you do have children of your own. So I would like to commend you on that with just being, a person. But my opinion would be, to still, kind of be there. To try to at least, what I'm saying, to just figure out where their minds is at. It's a responsibility to take on the children and the bills and those things. So what I wanted to say is that there were some things that were stated. I'm not gonna that alluded that the house taxes wasn't paid, and is that still up in the air? Are you still handling the finances in regards to, even though Regina is she's the primary caregiver and the one who's receiving most of the monies in regards to his estate? Are you continuing to pay his bills? Are you going to be the financier in regards to that? I'm gonna allow you to answer.
I didn't get any bills from Miss Regina or anyone else. I haven't. Um, the total amount that I got is a little over $8,000. A lot of that stuff that a lot of the $2,500 I took out of my own pocket. Okay, at least about $600 to $700, not including the $268 I took out of my bank account for the guardianship fee. So a lot of people don't know that, and I don't put that information out. But for the sake of this, I will say that I put a substantial amount of money into this and pay money out of my own pockets to help the kids. As far as the bills are concerned, that's up to Miss Regina. I can only do as much as I can do from the support that people are giving me on in Save Key 419. That was my push initially, is to help offset some of the responsibilities and the weight of the responsibilities on Keith's assets. I wanted to help out, but Miss Regina said she wasn't going to send me a bill. She's been very boisterous about that, and I just, when she said that, okay, well, I'm gonna send the money to the kids, and that's exactly what I did. None of the money, I have exhausted all of that money. Everything that I could, I gave away to the kids, and now it's at a point where I even stopped because I didn't want to fleece the flock, per se, because I felt like if it's over the amount that I need to do what I need to do, I think $2,500 is enough to retain an attorney to go forward with some of the other aspects of the things that I want to deal with as far as the legalities of this situation. So I think that's a sufficient amount. I'm not going to put more strain on the people than it already has been to support this with accountability, not just unaided support, because people are supporting. They have jobs, they have kids, they have things that they're doing with their money, and I just want to be responsible over here. And so I'm doing the best that I can. If they send me a bill, if the money is available, I said that I would pay it. But right now we had to stand still because I said everybody I was gonna freeze the money, and I was going to use that money to put towards helping to save Keith. That's what my intentions are. And so once the constraints was put on me, I went to different things, and I'm behind the scenes right now. I'm not speaking about everything that I'm doing. I don't speak about everything that I'm doing. I only say what needs to be said. So right now, I'm just in the mid. I'm focused on doing what I can to be involved with what to help Keith get out of that situation that he in, and the family to be more involved in the situation. So I don't, in short, I don't know what's going on with his bills. I haven't received the bill. They haven't sent me any. He's getting residual income from the rent from both of those properties, and I don't know where that money is being allocated to. Pastor P81 should know. I don't know anything about it.
So let's shift gears real quick. Let's talk about the Pastor P81. It's been some some real lows you and the broadcasters over there at Bigo is going. Who would you say is your biggest supporter over there on Bigo, and who would you say is your least favorite? And I already know what you're going to say, but who is your most supporter? Who's your biggest supporter over there that you know, no matter what, got your back? Or do you want to? You don't have to give names, or just kind of, because I want to shift the gears up a little bit. But go ahead.
The top uh, broadcaster as far as donations is Trina B. Trina B has been very supportive. Eb comes in. Of course, the work that Noni is doing, I have a lot of respect for her. I've talked to her several times behind the scenes. Who else? Player Kane was very instrumental in a lot of things. He sent significant amount of money. Who else? Miss Diverse. It was another lady that sent in money, $400 at one time. It's a lot of people that came in and did some good things. I don't have a least favorite at all, because my thing is, like, I'm not Bigo. I'm on YouTube. This is real life. Real life don't imitate art. Art imitates real life. So I don't. That's art to me. I'm not seeking out who's the favorite, who's insignificant. It's more to me.
Let me rephrase my question.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase it, because I don't mean in monetary or money or anything in that nature. I'm talking about who is who is, when you're not on Bigo, that you feel like is a voice for you. You know what I mean? Because Bigo has now, I know that you may not see that, but it has now taken over, or you have now incorporated that into your content. So I'm going to say that you're part of the Bigo sectors, because you do commentary. You do commentary on several of the broadcasters that's on Bigo. So who would you say has been the hardest on you? Who has been the most positive? You know what I mean? Who has been, there that's been sound throughout this whole time with the fight that you have going on regarding, what I'm saying, Pastor P.
The person that I think makes a significant difference is Noni. Noni's breakdown of a lot of things has helped to develop a sense of direction with what's going on as far as real life issues. Breaking down things is very important. A lot of people are surface people. They're very superficial. They listen to other people, and that's where you can go wrong. The people that's more important are the people that's breaking down this situation and saying, hey, we gonna look deeper into it. Because like I always say, the devil is always in the details. So I think that with Noni breaking down these things is very important to building the base that we have and letting people have the unadulterated truth. So I would say significantly the person that's more profound is Noni. That's what I would say. What was the other question?
Least.
Least. I don't want to say her name. But we all know who I come in opposition to. Um, it's a foregone
Let
conclusion.
me let me let me ask you a question. And this is you can choose not to answer it. Why does her opinion matter to you so much, or if it does? Does her opinion of you matter?
Her opinion of me doesn't matter. I don't matter when it comes to um, the people that is here to support Keith. I don't. It's obvious. When I do my Bible studies, maybe 60 to 100 people was there. When I talk about Pastor P, you got thousands of people here. So I'm not going to major in on me as being the most important thing when it comes to, I don't care what people think about me. It's not about me. That's not why I'm here. The reason why I'm here is for Keith. And I think that the reason why she's such a wedge in that situation is because, number one, she's bringing my mother on the platform. She's forming opinions based off her opinion of things and how she sees things, and it's not off the facts. So that makes everything complicated and difficult. You know, if everybody is here to support Keith, then everybody should be accountable to what's going on. That's what's going to help Keith. Without accountability, you have anarchy, and you have a lot of things going on that's not structured. It's more helpful if we have things that structure, and that's the way you're going to get the updates. When you put the pressure, you put the money where your mouth, you should put your money where your mouth is, okay? And if your mouth is saying, "Hey, I need an update," until you get an update, you shouldn't send your money to somebody that's not being accountable to you. So I think that's why it's a complicated situation when it comes to you guys getting the updates, because you are paying. A lot of these people are paying for you not to get the updates. That has nothing to do with me. Nobody.
Right.
I don't expect you to care about me. Look at it from what's right and what's wrong. This is not a Team Kevin, Team Regina, Team Tommy K situation. This is about what is right and what is wrong. That's it.
I think that you do a phenomenal job, with coming out and speaking on matters that we all want to hear about. Other than Beagle, I'm sure that you have, some people that really, really want to hear about P. So when you do your recaps on several broadcasters, is that a part of your content building, or like, give us like let's get into the fun part. Like, are you upset? Are you like you want to go win? Because I see you very frustrated sometimes, and I know that these are words, and I know how Beagle can get Beagle can get under your skin. Like, if you know you're telling the truth and you know what's going on, like, do you do it for content purposes, or you just doing it because you want them to respond? Like, what? Give me an idea what you're thinking about when you're responding, because I see you responded back to anyone that had or who has had a difference of an opinions, if you will. What are you? Is this content building? Like, explain to us what's going on, so that way the viewers are understand when you go live and you give commentary. Are you becoming a bigo sector? Like, just give us the ones and twos on that. I'm gonna mute myself.
I'm more passionate about what I believe in and what I stand for as a man. Okay, so some of these things that's being said is quite offensive. It's not hurting me. I can pay my bills. I take care of my wife. I take care of my children. I'm not concerned about a lot of things that's being said about me per se, but it's just that I am emotional and passionate about what I'm doing. I come off work and I come here and speak to you guys. I play with my kids and I come out here and make sure that I'm able to come in here and say something that can help the cause of helping Keith. That's why I'm here. But I am a man, and I do want to protect my family. It's a natural thing for a man to protect his family. If he feels like somebody's being aggressive and saying things that's very harmful and inconsiderate and hurtful, yes, I'm going to come out here and speak. So that's my passion. We still going through this thing. This is his real family. So we are really hurt about this stuff, and we haven't seen our brother, our cousin, our father. So it's very important for us to stand in the gap when people are saying things that's offensive. I think anybody would. If somebody was talking about your mama, talking about people that you love, I think nobody would question, why are you out here to speak against these things? That's not a bigo thing, okay, for me to protect my family or to speak against somebody. That's just, I'm on YouTube. I'm not on Bigo. If I was on Bigo, then you can say I'm Bigo. If I recap people that's speaking about my brother, where darkness is, crimes will be committed. I believe this. So I try to bring the light to the darkness. That's all I'm doing.
I totally agree. So some of my questions are based off of just, you know what I'm saying? Like I've collected many of concerns. So, you know what I mean? So I'm not only asking questions for myself, I'm trying to be fair to my audience as well. So I'm asking questions that they may have wanted to ask you. So please don't take anything that I'm saying, you know what I mean? Don't be offended by what I'm asking, because that's
I'm
not what
not.
I'm not trying
I'm
to
not.
offend you. You know what I'm saying? But I want to give
I'm
you
not.
know what I mean? Yeah,
There's
you know what I'm
nothing that
saying?
nobody can say, Lady B. Nobody. I'm passionate about. This is a hurtful thing. This could be your brother. It could be your son. It could be your. You know. It could. And that's what I want people to understand. This is real life. So yeah, this is very hurtful to deal with this situation and to deal with all of this stuff going on at the same time. Normal people don't, that's in families, don't deal with Bigo, YouTube, all this other stuff. They own mama, court, all this stuff at the same time. So that's what people not seeing. There's a lot of trauma that's happening, and a lot of grief and pain. That's what people don't see. And the people over there that's saying certain things is not helping.
I want to ask you a question. This is personal. This might be a little tender. You know, how has um this accident affected you emotionally in regards to you and your brother? Like, I know, I can only imagine how you feel, but how has this emotionally? We really get to see like a softer side of you, because I know you always, battling comments and things of that nature. What are your thoughts? Like, what goes through your head? How do you feel day to day? Do you think about them often? You know, what's life like without P for you? You know what I mean?
I think it's more hurtful because we were at the point of restoration of our relationship. I saw a side of my brother that was more manly, more conservative, more focused, more fatherly. The conversation that I had with him, I was very proud. I even spoke to Shay and I said it seemed like he was changing. And I was setting up things to do a birthday for him on his birthday on August the 31st. I sat there and waited for him the whole day before he came over. And I think that excitement for both of us being around each other and being just Leno and Keith was, that's what was hurtful about this whole situation. It's very painful to me. Very difficult for me. I've cried. I've had nights when I couldn't sleep. Um, I wake up sometimes and I think that here he come, he right there. I have dreams where he him, and then I'm back dealing with this stuff. It's very painful to me. And the more hurtful thing is that um I know my brother loved me. Um and that's difficult for me to have to face all of this. And
I know. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time.
you can go to the next question.
I'm hugging you in the spirit. You hear me? I'm hugging you. You understand me? I'm hugging you. I feel you. I understand. I understand more than you know. You got to stay strong. Stay. I'm here for you. You know. You feel me? There's a lot of people rooting for you. You hear me? It's all right. It's all right. We're gonna move on. I don't mean to, get you like that. Let's think about something funny. Let's think about funny. What's the most funniest thing you can think about with P right now, right up the head? Something he did.
Man, it's so many different things. Uh, but it's a conflict of interest because I don't think you can laugh when you sad. You know, so it's just
Listen, I wait. Let me just say this, right? Hold on. Mute your phone real quick.
mm,
He's still with us. You know what I mean? So that's something that we can definitely glorify God with. He is still with us. He is not gone. And the most thing when I lost my mom, I said, as long as I got memories, she's never, ever gone. Even though he's not in your space, you can't feel his essence. He is still with you in prayers. I promise you, God answers prayers. And you can think of things that are happy. I know that you guys had your ups and downs and your rounds and rounds like most brothers and sisters do. And I'm so sorry for even asking that question because I didn't want you to get too emotional. But we can move forward. Uh, I would like to say, I would love to see you and Regina join forces. I think that you guys will be like Batman and Robin, and I think that you guys can probably get past this, by doing a process of elimination. And how I do that is that I eliminate the biggest thing. If this is what's causing, the ache, I eliminate that out of my diet. If I do this, but it has to be two willing parties. Are you willing today to say, you know what? Because I know that there's some court things going on, and I know there's some things that you probably can't, go back on. But if there was something that you can say to your mom or, I'm saying, to anybody who is an overseer of the situation, what would you pull out right now that you would want to say to them to kind of, I'm saying, to pierce them or leave a fingerprint, something memorable about this interview that you would like to say to them, if you can? And I'm going to mute myself.
repeat that question again. I was looking in the comment section. Some people, my minds, make sure y'all get these people out of here that's saying this insensitive stuff. Get them out of here. Can you repeat that question again, Lady B? I'm sorry.
Okay, you're okay. If you had a moment where, because I know that there's some things that legally that are going on that you probably still have to, go through with, and there's some people that's watching. What if you had something that you can say to your mom that was heartfelt, something that you mean from the bottom of your heart? What would it be right now at this moment?
Um, to be honest, I have nothing to say. There is things that's not connected to this situation, and it's not based off hate or anger, but these things been going on for years prior to this situation. The only thing that I can say honestly is that I pray for her every day. I pray for her. I pray for her soul, for the things that she has done to me. I No enemy can do it, especially in this situation. A lot of us are angry. A lot of these people are angry with people and consider them enemies for some of the stuff that my mom has done. And I'm not happy about this situation. And although I'm not happy, I can look at the camera straight face and say, there is nothing more that I can do but pray. I hope you get yourself together. For you to come out here and to say some of the things that you have said about my wife, about my children, about me, is totally disrespectful. And I am not going to pardon that behavior at all. We have to respect the fact, like I stated before, that there are some people who are masquerading around as animals. that are living and breathing human beings. And I consider that person to be that. She is a shell of who I thought she was. And I am not happy about that. And I will not go back on it. I pray for her soul. For the things that she has done. The things that she has said.
Can
I will not allow those things anymore. I'm not playing no more with that situation. I am done with that side. I am very serious about this. This man could have died. He could have died. And his kids ain't around him. The people that love him is not around him. And I am not going to pardon that behavior from anyone. Whether it was his kid, anybody it was. I pray for her. That's the best thing that I could do at this point in time. I pray for her. I pray for her soul. I hope God have mercy on her. I hope she comes back to her senses and realize the importance of the loyalty she said that we should have towards her, that she have towards us. As she denounced me as her son. That's what she did. I haven't heard any of these women come over here and denounce their kids because of something that that they felt was done to them or how they felt about that person. I heard them say things about them or express their pain, but I've never heard of even some of these people say that they denounce their kids as their kids. I haven't heard it. So no, I don't. I pray for her. That's the best I can say. But I'm going forth to do everything that I can do, and hopefully she come to her senses. If she don't, oh well. I'm done with it.
Okay. So I share your anger in regards to her denouncing you as a son or her saying things about you and your wife and your family and your children. I do share your anger in regards to that. So I think that you, regardless whether or not it was something that was nice or whatever, you were able to share what your thoughts was in regarding that. So there was some unclear things, and I know I don't want to take up too much of your more of your time, but I know that I had a premium comment, a question. There was some things that went on regarding the court date. And one of the things was I know that it was continued. So the dilemma is that she was served in court versus she was served at home and I just wanted you to clarify that up for the premium comment. So I'm not sure if you want to clear that up or not. I know that it kind of like I wanted to jump off of that and kind of get back into the interview, or I didn't even know we were doing an interview, but I'm glad you was able to sit down and talk to me. But can you please just clarify what was going on in regards to her receiving an order of protection and her violating it? You could just summarize it, or what's the next court date for me a little bit.
She was served on April 2023, according to the paperwork. I provided that on my Instagram. I don't know if everybody could get on my Instagram. Of course, you got to request. A lot of people request it, and I haven't brought everybody in because I didn't want it to make it a big charade. Because I don't know everybody that's coming over to my Instagram, but I did provide that paperwork with the dates that she was served by the sheriff. A lot of people think that I had to serve her. No. Initially, when I made the motion, the courts served her. So, according to them, they say they served her on April 28th, 2023. And if she didn't get it, it wasn't because Kevin didn't send it or didn't file the motion. The courts, that's a responsibility on the courts. It's been on the books for over a year. Well, yeah, over a year. And she had a chance to respond to it. In court, open court, I asked her about it. Yes, at the initial, there was 2 court dates. A lot of people getting this confused. There was 2 different court dates. There was a court date when she tried to get custody of my kids that I went to and I tried to serve her. The judge said that is for family court matters. She wasn't abrasive like this Beagle hoe said. She was not disrespectful. She just said that you need a deputy to do that. We don't have anybody available to properly serve her in here. I said, okay. So at the next court hearing, she came up as a witness. And so every document has to be authenticated before it is presented as evidence in the court. So we authenticated the information. I showed the judge. The judge said to proceed. I gave her the paperwork. She read it aloud. The judge asked me, did I want her to read it aloud? I said yes, because I wanted to get it on the transcripts from the stenographer that she knows, and this happened in November 6th of 2023. She read it aloud. She knew everything that was in it, and she knew that she was not supposed to be on social media speaking about me after November 6th. Okay, she was well aware. So now this is the burden of proof is not on me for the 31st. The burden of proof is on them to produce that she was never served properly, and or she had no knowledge of what was going on when she read it aloud in the courtroom. They waiting on her attorney to get the paperwork from the transcripts, which I already have them, and he asked me for a copy of them. I told him, well, you just got to pay for your own. So they got to pay for their own, and once they discover that, I'm going to present all the evidence that I have that supports the fact that Miss Regina was aided by a Bigo host to come out here and speak on me, and that was a violation of contempt of court. So that's in a nutshell what's going on.
So let me ask you a question. Is the ultimate goal, and is the ultimate, this is my question. So is the ultimate goal to see her locked up for violating her TPO, or to put a longer restraining order on her? What are your hopes that you are, what is the goal of you doing this? In regards to her, are you wanting to see her in jail? Are you wanting to see her, pay a fine? Like, where are we going? This is one of my questions. I'm going to mute while you answer.
That's determined by the courts. I don't know what's going to happen to her. All I want her to do is be held accountable. I've warned her on several different occasions not to come out here. I warned the bingo host not to bring her up here. They violated that, so they have to deal with what the consequences are. They said that they're paying for an attorney. I'm pretty sure she has representation. I think they can deal with that situation. But my goal is to shut your mouth. I want you to shut your mouth and stop. See, because people don't understand that this woman is putting out information about things that's privy to my home and my living situation. And I take that very serious. It's my job to protect my family. Okay? And when I have my own mother coming out here giving pertinent information on my whereabouts and my exes, things in my personal life, that's something that an enemy does. She came out and said that she was going to give my information out to people if I didn't shut up. Well, I didn't shut up, and she still did it. So whatever the consequences are, that's up to the legal process. I don't know what they're going to do, but whatever they do, I know it's going to be justice.
Right. Right. I, one of the next questions that I want to ask is, where is Ghost now? Now, I know when you began, your YouTube channel, I remember that he was an instrumental part into holding you accountable, him and Uncle Bookie. So, where are these two individuals to date? Because I rarely hear you speak on them. Are you in contact with Uncle Bookie? Did you sever the relationship between you and him, or how are you and Ghost? Do you guys text each other? Is he still involved, but behind the scenes? Like, could you just give me just, a brief, briefing on that too?
And frequently I speak to Ghost. Um, Whenever I think about certain things, I call him. He's been a person that I relied on for certain information about what's going on and how things move. Of course, I need advisors and people that I can entrust to give me vital information about how things move over on that platform. It's very important because I'm very strategic and I want to know what's going on, and he helps in that area. Of course, he's closer to Keith in his adult life than I was because I wasn't always around, but he and Keith had a good relationship. He's helped him on several different occasions. I have seen what Ghost has done. Okay, so I can vouch for Ghost, and I always will because I know a person when they're being real and sincere. I think the wedge came when there was some rift with Miss Regina, but he's always remained a faithful steward of supporting what is right and doing what's right, even in the face of things being said about him. He has been great and fantastic in helping me navigate some of these uncharted waters. As far as my Uncle Buki, I remain loyal to my uncle. He's a very vital part of my life. He's a father figure to me. We don't see eye to eye on certain things, but his total goal is to help bring the family together. It's a complicated matter between myself and my mom and Keith, because that's a long-standing situation, as well as other relationships with Miss Regina that's been strained and complicated. So I kind of let a lot of the things go with the family so I can focus in on Keith. I just want to focus in on Keith and focus in on what I could do to get him back to the family and put him in a position where he could get healthy, and we could take some of this stress off his supporters and put some of the financial things that he has available to him towards his children and the things that matters to him. That's what's important to me, is putting his finances in his hand and allowing the people that love him to be around him and to help his children out, because they are in a complex situation. But you can't help everybody. You can only do what you can do. And my goal is to do what's right, regardless of how I may feel about you. I may not like you, but I'm going to do what's right at the end of the day. You can bet on that.
Right. So, do you and Uncle Buki see eye to eye when it comes to you and Regina and Bigo?
Uncle Buki is not privy to how social media works. As far as being eye to eye, as far as where we stand with the family, I've had personal conversations with him, and I like to think that we are eye to eye. We've talked about a lot of the information that I got came from him, okay? Which is a very credible source, because he was at critical stages in helping Miss Regina, so he would know a lot. And I was getting a lot of information from him and other family members. So yeah, I don't have a problem with Uncle Buki. I love Uncle Buki. He's like a father figure to me. As far as my involvement on social media, he is not favorable to it because he don't understand why I'm here. I'm here to give what the people ask for, an update, something that's not that's going to help the people continue to do what they're doing to support Keith until we are able to get to the point to where Keith can support himself and his own children. So I'm responsible to that because I took on that responsibility when I started taking money from the people. So I try to give as best an update as I can. Of course, I don't want to violate his privacy, but I want to let people know that there's significant progress, and I don't think we need to hear that from his kids. I think we need to hear that from the people that have him. So, yeah, I think I'm doing the right thing. You can be the
Okay.
judge of that, though.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, speaking back to social media, do you watch? Who's your favorite? Do you watch Bigo? Do you have a page? Do you sneak on a little bit? Do you get a little? Do you sneak behind the blinds? Did anybody tell you how to peek through the windows? Tell me how you get your Bigo tea. Like, we all want to know that. All right, that's been one of the questions floating around here.
People send me a lot of stuff. I got hundreds of emails maybe that I didn't even go through. People sending me stuff, clips, Bigo clips. Of course, I've articulated this on several different occasions that I've studied you. I studied Brandon. I studied Ebb. I studied Noni. I studied as many people that I knew was involved with my brother. And I try to understand the environment that he was in so that I can have a perspective of how things go. So yeah, I don't particularly have a favorite. I think there are good conversations that happens on there. It's some things that's funny and entertaining, but for the most part, I study everybody. I look through the window sometimes. People send me the link to just coming in the window and watch. So I may sit there and watch you for maybe 30 minutes, 20 minutes, and take notes. I got notes on Lady B. I got notes on Ebb. I got notes on, anywhere from your mannerisms to things that you say. I write all this stuff down. And I did wealth of work when it comes to you guys because it's a very complicated environment trying to understand certain things. Yeah, and I'm lost because I'm trying to do in a couple of months what you guys have been used to for years. So yeah, it is complicated, but I'm pretty much trying. I'm very detail oriented on certain people, and so I like to see what they say, how they say it. Is it truthful? How 60% truthful, 40%. Like I do stuff like that. I'm very meticulous in what I do because understanding the environment is very important. So you have to take your time. And with a year, of course, yeah. I mean, you guys are watching me, so and you use me as content. So yeah, I watch you guys too, and I take notes and figure out. Even when I came up with this, I felt like I needed to speak to you because you bring things to Bigo that a lot of other people don't. Ed bring things to Bigo that everybody is unique in their own special way, and so it's important to understand people from where they come from, and that's what I do. I sit.
Let me ask you a question.
I get links. Yeah, I do watch you guys.
Okay, most memorable moment with Lady B. Funniest, quirkiest, something that you remember, something you can't, something. Just give me one thing, and that was great. That's great that you do that.
What was the Lady B thing? You put
Well,
me on
don't
the
bust
spot
your
with this
head open.
question. I think the Lady B thing that was entertaining, although, and I can say this, is when you were talking to Sweets to Have, and you were talking about the interview, and I was just sitting there listening to you, and yeah, I was like, well, damn, what do she expect from me? Like, am I supposed to be entertaining at this time? Like, what? She said I'm not a great interviewee, and I was like, what?
I knew you
Like
was gonna
what
say
am I supposed to
that.
do? I'm not Cat Williams. I'm just out here trying to help my brother. And this ain't no I know I'm
I
long winded at
knew it.
times, but I'm just trying to do the best that I can to help my brother. I'm not out here for entertainment purposes. I think when people are doing interviews, they coming from the perspective of entertainment. They're not coming in tragic situations. So I don't know how to explain a tragic situation in an entertaining fashion, Lady B. But I tried my best to be as entertaining as possible. I did the OG murder thing. I did the visa thing. I play music. I try to keep your attention to some extent. So, what was me if I can't entertain you through a tragedy? That's what I say.
Okay, no, I am Cayenne. You hear me? Because I knew he was going to bring that up. All right, good thing, good thing, good thing. Any questions for me, though? You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed my time. I hope I ain't put you on I didn't know this was going to be an interview. First of all, I'm honored. I thank you for sharing your platform with me. It's such a big opportunity for me to sit down with you. So I thank you for that. But do you have any questions for me? Do you have anything you want to talk to me about?
Uh, Not offhand. You put me in the emotional. You got me on an emotional roller coaster, and I just got off work, and I wouldn't go do the interview because the NBA finals was coming on, and I called TV Killer and I said, "Hey man, you think I can do this tomorrow? Because I don't know if I can speak to her tonight because I really want to watch the game, but they come on at 8:30." But yeah, I came out here because I heard the conversation between you and you and Noni, a little bit of it. I was over there listening to some of the stuff that y'all was talking about. I ain't gonna get into that. I'll let y'all do what y'all do. I know that both of y'all hold a special place in what I'm trying to do here. That's the reason why you on here and she was on here. So I don't have any questions at this point. But you sure to come over here and ask me any questions. If I have something, I'll get back in touch with you. I know how
Oh,
to get in touch with you.
absolutely. So listen, could you please clarify this up real quick? Mute your phone real quick.
Okay.
Because there's an echo. I so rumor has it is that we knew that we were going to meet today and that we were going to interview. I did not know that this was an interview. This was a conversation that you wanted to have with me. So could we clarify this up a little bit? How did you just say out of the blue, I just want to talk to Lady B, Messy Caller, all of them? Like, what, just one day you just woke up like that? Just explain to me what had happened.
Well, I wanted I wanted to talk to you first because you were very critical of the interview that was about me. That wasn't supposed to be about Pastor P. It was supposed to be about people getting to know me. I think Noni did a fantastic job with that. And I'm very appreciative of the work that she did. But I'm merely giving you the opportunity because I listened to what you said and I wanted you to come out here and question me. And I try to be as brief as possible, quick as possible, and transparent as possible so that you could understand that, I'm out here for a legitimate reason. I'm not entertaining at times. Nobody can sit through this. It's not edited. It's straightforward. Right. And so, I don't have that's it in a nutshell.
I appreciate you. And anytime you need me or anytime you want to talk to me, the kid is here. Make sure you tune in to Lady B, the Queen B, Crazy B, whatever you want to call me, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every single day on Bigo Live USA. I thank you so much, Kevin. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You do as well, baby. Thank you. Good night, everyone. Good night.
So I want to thank everybody that came to participate in this little discussion. I do want to have a truth tour to talk to some of these Bigo hosts and put my side of things out. I'm here for transparency, and furthermore, I'm here for Keith. I love everybody. I'm thanking everybody for coming out and supporting the cause of helping Keith. We all here for the very same purpose. Although we're not here for the very same reason sometimes. And I appreciate everybody for coming out and doing the things that they're doing. It's really helpful to the family. I know at times it seems dysfunctional and all that, but you know what? Black family ain't dysfunctional that come from the inner city. I'm no exception to that rule. I'm just doing everything that I can do as a brother. I love y'all. Take care of yourself and look forward to having Bible study tomorrow or Sunday, one of them days. Thank you, Lady B. Thank you to everybody that participated. I'm looking forward to the cause of supporting the vision of getting Keith back.
You got me bouncing, bouncing, bouncing.